when you're unhealthy, you you make no distinction between your thoughts and feelings, do you? Until you started watching the Last Symptom podcast or listening to the Last Symptom podcast. Maybe you had never in your life made a distinction between your thoughts, the things you think, and the things you feel. Well, that creates problems in life, don't it? It creates problems in life when we don't distinguish the nature of some things from the nature of other things. Because we equate all these things inappropriately as being the same when they're not. I was just talking to, got some comments on one of these shows here recently by a therapist or psychologist who I gave the person the benefit of the doubt and got into a kind of a miniature conversation with them. The person was respectful. I guess that person's argument was that she does not teach her clients that feelings should be controlled, that they can be controlled, and that they're right and wrong and those sorts of things, or that they act in different intensities for some people than other people. I said, oh, that's great. Yeah, that's great that you do that. But then she went on to talk about thoughts. Put thoughts in the same category that she would put in feelings. So, in other words, we have no control over our feelings, and so she says that thoughts are the same way, and that she teaches her clients that you don't have to worry about controlling what you think and those sorts of things. And that was when I laid down the law. I said, nope, you're wrong. You are absolutely wrong. I appreciate what you've said about feelings, but if you're teaching your clients that they're not responsible for their thoughts or what they allow themselves to continue thinking, then you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. You see, that is permissiveness. It's immaturity, a failure to accept responsibility for something that you're doing. Yeah. Now, she would argue, I'm sure, and a lot of yous would argue, that no, we don't have control over our thoughts, because if I see something, constantly, I've got thoughts popping into my head that I did not choose to start thinking about. And, we've had this conversation many times. I understand that. But what did I say that you have full control over? What you continue to think about. So anybody who would argue that we don't have full control over our thoughts, they're disingenuous. Because just because I see a picture of something that automatically, or let's say that you tell me, Brian, don't think of pickles. Well, immediately I think of pickles, don't I? Whether I want to or not. But the fact that I get to choose whether I continue thinking about pickles or not means that for all intents and purposes, I do have full control over my thoughts. And I am responsible for what I allow myself to dwell on, or to think about, or to continue thinking about, or to continue meditating on, or entertaining. So, do you see how important it is to make these distinguishing recognitions between different things?